Good morning, Scorpio. I hope that you're doing well. I apologize for the shadow back there. The lighting is really weird. It's not bright out today. It's rainy again. The light above is way too bright for me. So we're just going to take the shadow and we're going to incorporate it, I guess, in this reading. Interesting. I didn't even really pay attention until I turned the camera on. Scorpio, this is just an extra message. Your weekend message came out for you yesterday, so we'll see what comes up in this. I heard a lot of little things. Somebody being used for amusement. So I don't know. It's amusement purposes only, Scorpio. Somebody could just be one of those kind of in and outs in your life, right? They have fun, they entertain themselves, and then they go, right? So it's not a long-lasting feeling of whatever this is that I'm picking up for you. So yeah, let's get into it, see what's going on additionally for you. The other signs will be out. Happy full moon to you as of tomorrow, right? The Libra full moon. Spirit, so very necessary at this point. I think there's a big clearing coming for most of us in a lot of ways. As I say that, pick up the deck. Look at that Libra. And literally, Libra and Aries on the bottom of that deck. What are the odds of that? So yeah, this is going to be a big to-do. Look back to Libra season, Scorps, as to what was transpiring for you, right? We're ending that culmination of a 6-month period of time with the full moon. Full moon reading will be out with the channel memberships of the second tier being the healing series and higher. So you can catch that on channel memberships. If you have not joined, please join us. Flat monthly fee, and you get a list of all the other things, all the ones before, all the ones to come. And as we settle into a different way of doing things here. Hey, no. Drop it. Thank you. There will be more, right? So we're slowly working our way into things. All right. So Scorpio, let's see what's going on. This may resonate with someone close to you also, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. So maybe this is for you to watch, to kind of Spirit, be an informer of something. Somebody around you is not paying attention to something, Scorpio. Like they're missing a whole path of news and information. They're missing the whole grand scheme of something. I don't know if they've gotten sidetracked or diverted, or Spirit, they just got stupid somewhere along the way, which is kind of derogatory, but it's the way it came out. Reminder, and don't forget, and then differences and honesty. Look at that. Look at that. It started to fall out, so I kind of caught the card. Scorpio, by the way, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus personal readings are open and available. Info is found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Somebody is forgetting about their commitments. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Somebody's ready to throw in the towel here too, Scorpio, on something. Temperaments around you could be coming to an all-time culmination. You could see it like it's like a water building up, and the dam is rising, right? Like you're seeing how tensions can start to flare and things may happen. Somebody may feel as if their truth is not being fully expressed, or somebody is sitting on the truth. I feel like someone's sitting on the truth, like not saying something quite yet. Somebody not addressing and or communicating something because they're feeling their way through something. 5, 7, and 8 here. They're feeling their way through something at this point. This oath coming out sideways with the differences, and meditate. Take time. Take time to make time, Scorpio, on something. Take time to make time on something. I'm here. We need you to make time for us, Scorpio. There's only so much of you that can go so many different ways in your levels of commitment to things. You're gonna have to pick and choose what you give your time, energy, and efforts to here with that. Your loyalty and your meditation is where you want to give your energy to versus what is demanding things of you. Demands never go far with a Scorpio. Fine, 444 on the clock. Find compromise, right, in situations, in all situations, and when it doesn't matter if you're a Scorpio or any other sign. There's a way to come together in situations. Ace of Swords, one deck flipped up right here, and it's the Ace of Swords as the underneath, the underlying, or the up top, whatever. All right, Scorps, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. Short message. Okay, short message for Scorpio. What do they need to know? Just dump into the reminder. See, reminder and cool down. Spirit, if there was ever a reason for, listen, there's a lot of, I said, it's like a dam building up, right? A lot of emotion building up here. The cool down is a card of water. The basement is a card of water, right? Damp. Emotional provocation, I'm hearing too. Somebody is still, Spirit, reliving the past here, and it's like, ow. It's like a moth to a flame, leaning back into the shadow side, right? A moth to a flame, leaning into the shadow side of a particular situation. It's almost like you see sometimes in the movies, like you get this nostalgic vibe, and they'll play the music, and they'll go back in time and reminisce on something. Scorpio, somebody around you is doing this, and I don't know if it's tied to you. Talk about a slightly psycho kind of vibe, I guess, and I'm not a doctor. I cannot determine an illness or mental status, but this is like somebody who is genuinely delusional. And, you know, with Pisces and a lot of things and us getting ready to move into Aries, someone could be getting a rude awakening, Scorpio, and it could be an epiphany moment, it could be something, but it's like M&M's, snap back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. What song was that from? Don't lose yourself in the moment. Lose yourself by Eminem. That specific line, Scorpio. Snap back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. They thought they had a gravitational pull on, Spirit, your energy. I don't know what it is, Scorpio, that you've taken back. It's been kind of like a slow burn process. Like, you've not, it's like watching the smoke from a flame, or not from a flame, but from like a fire where you try to start a fire. It's been damp for so long. It's been maybe overloaded on emotions, or feeling tired or worn out or worn down, that, you know, it's going to smoke for a while. It's going to kind of dry out a little bit before the flame can really ignite the fire, right? That where there's smoke, there's fire. It's always a matter of when. Scorpio, you may have felt, even though you've had some great moments in the past few months, there's still this feeling of this trappedness. So this is like an energetic, emotional pull to the past. Could also be part of you, right? You being emotionally drug into the past that has slowed down that flame, right? That smoke maybe needing to billow a bit longer than typical for you to find that flame within you, to start to really build upon it. But it's like, once all engines are a go, right? Have you ever seen, like, thinking of like a kid's movie, and it's like, I can't remember, it's like, I remember like it was like a truck, or like an old time truck, and it would have to get this cylinder firing and that cylinder firing, and then once it starts, like I'm hearing this revving and this like you're hearing it, right? You're hearing the buildup. So it could be muscle cars, or somebody could be working on cars or something, or drying something out and getting things moving and going. You know, electronization is pulling it all together. It's backing it up. It's supporting it. It's that first engine goes, and then the second engine goes, and how, I don't know anything about cars and engines and all of that stuff. That's not my forte. But once those cylinders get firing, it's a connection. It's a spark, Spirit is saying, that gets the entire thing moving forward. Scorpio, this spark, I feel like, is you, that has needed to ignite your spirit, your passions within. I'm curious, Scorpio, as to why this spark is now happening. Like, it's a very interesting sort of energy that comes in. Go smaller. Okay, let's see. What is causing this spark for Scorpio right now? Spirit saying these are metaphorical, physical, mental, emotional, like all avenues of your being, Scorps, do know that this firing of cylinders isn't always work, home, love. Excuse me. That snuck up faster than I could pause the camera, so my apologies, holy smokes. It may just pop up all at once, Scorpio, and you're like, what the hell is going on here, right? Coffin, tired of being used and abused, Scorpio. This is like, you may have been letting it. I remember saying something similar, like just sitting back and observing. You were in observer mode for a while, needing to be in observer mode and just kind of letting things happen. Let people do as they do, right? There's Mel Robbins, like, just let them theory. There is let people show you who they are, right? Let situations play out. Don't exert your control. Don't dictate situations. Just let people do as they do. And I remember, again, I'm going to reiterate this. The choices and consequences reading that I did. Let them figure it out. There's things that they need to figure out that you don't need to be a part of. 1111, this was a protection. So if something did not work out the way that you had hoped for, it was a protective measure for you, right? Spirit had your back and was showing up. And even if it didn't make sense, the rejection was the protection in this. There was a time frame in which a lot of things, like, there may have been physical moves, Scorpio, but not energetic moves. Like there was the separation, thank you, Spirit, the separation of the 3D versus the 5D, the separation of the physical realm versus what you could feel within, right? And I said, where you're heading is not, it's not a place. It's like the destination was not a place anymore. It was within, right? Something to that effect. There's something about how you had to let people show up as to what purpose. And I think you're getting a better mindset around your purpose in other people's lives as well. So, pardon me, my neck's cold, my hair is wet. Eskimo. So there's a reason for this happening as it is, like the timing. Music could be very, very specific, very, very important too for you. Somebody who wears glasses. I'm hearing, are they telling the truth? Are they trying to play you like a fiddle, Scorpio? Look, I just shuffled these cards. And when I asked Spirit, why was this happening as it is, right? Now that coffin card came out on display, and then it shuffles out, and then Ascension, narcissist on the bottom, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided. Letting people show you where their commitments, and there's that shock card showing up right there. Pouring your emotions out to others maybe didn't serve so well in certain aspects. This Spirit specifically, this was not for all of you. For some of you, it's an internal realizing where you've poured your emotions. You might view it, Scorpio, as a waste of time. It wasn't a waste of time. It was something you had to learn, right? It was about ascending. You had to pay attention as to where you were giving. Were you doing things out of self-love, or were you doing them because you were trying to feel and fix the inner child? So you're learning something even deeper. Some things just have broken spirit. Some things just have broken wings. Broken wing. Like I'm also hearing Martina McBride's with a broken wing. That talks about. I can't remember the words, but the narrative to that is I think he was basically abusive or something like that. And told her that she wasn't capable. It was like a mental abuse kind of thing. And then, she like jumped out the window basically and spread her wings and flew. Despite, his naysaying, right? Scorpio, this is an old outdated pattern of addictions, codependencies, obsessions, restraints. People, Scorpio, there are always going to be people that are obsessed with your energy. It's like, you think about one of the, terms, right, that describes a Scorpio, and it's obsession, right? We can be as obsessive, but we also, because of the mark that we tend to leave on people, 1441 on the clock, it's a reflective energy, right? We could become obsessive in thought and behavior, but also people can become obsessive in thought with us. So they could mirror that back to us as well. So you could be Spirit's saying getting a taste of that. So I don't know. This is also, again, I said about the shadow in the background, right? This could be showing, other people could be showing you parts of the shadow side of what was you, what could have been you. Ooh, Scorpio, what you would likely have had been had you stayed on that path. Think about some of you could be dealing with a masculine kind of thing. Think about 2 to 3 people in your life of masculine energy aren't doing so well. That's where you know. That's how you know what this is. Okay? All right. What else for Scorpio in this energy? Passion. I told you that spark would be ignited. Death. There's a desire. This is interesting, Scorps. Coffin, so that is death, right? It's a new beginning, right? It's liberation. It's reborn. It's transition. Then you have passion, which starts something. And then you have this death card, right? And I said, it's like backup engines, right? It needs support. It needs support. There's something, someone here, Scorpio, could be you, could be others, that needs support. It's that, getting those engines firing, right? Somebody could be trying to recreate something with you. You could be trying to mentally recreate a moment. You hear the train's coming through. I just got this image, Scorpio, of somebody else standing on the other side of the train tracks, and they're looking at you. And they're on, the only thing that is separating the two of you in this situation is the train tracks. And then the train comes through and they're gone. Spirit, it really is a mystery as to how we ever got here. Scorpio, I don't feel like this is you trying to recreate, but I do think that whatever this person or these situations are doing right now that are around you, that could be coming up, you could be hearing about, they're triggering, thank you, Spirit, the residual aspects of something, some inner wounding that you have. But, oh, look at this. But also, Scorpio, right? But also, how far you've come. Look at these 3 cards back to back to back. The mirror, the abundance. B could be of significance. The healing heart. You've learned not to, maybe in the past, you could say you wore your heart on your sleeve. I think a lot of us do as water signs. But learning when not to show those emotions, right? Learning when not to be vulnerable, and then where it is okay to be vulnerable, right? All right, this person who's starting this, Spirit, who is this? Who is this? The devil. Scorpio, it's not you. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, doesn't have to be. The coffin, the death, the devil. Passion. I mean, the passion can be toxicity. It can be obsession, right? It's fun. It can burn, right? It can hurt. But there's no long-term growth. The 5 of Swords versus the Ace of Swords, right? There's a truth, there's a passage in that we think about the 6 of Swords. It's the rite of passage. It's you've earned your stripes, Scorpio. It's time to move on. It's time to move out of this. Spirit, this is the closure that you have needed for what may have felt like your whole life. You are being freed. And, again, Scorps, I've said this so much in the past, 6 months, 9 months, whatever it's been, maybe a year. The dramatics that you're so accustomed to, I think it's still there. The difference is it doesn't feel as alarming because you're not a part of it. You may be watching it, but you're not a part of it necessarily, right? It may be all around you, so you still feel that nonsense that comes with it. But the Spirit's calling it the thrill or the high of being in it is not the same, right? Some people never change, and maybe that's what you're watching, is these people doing shit the way they've always done it. And you're just like, no, that's not for me, but, it's somebody's going to misbehave, right? And you're just kind of watching the misbehavior. What tried to come out of there? Temperance. Yeah, and I think you've tried to heal, right? That temperance, like you've tried to heal with the Page of Swords. There could be communication, Spirit. You could have tried to institute some healing advice or some sound advice, or you may have spoken clearly as to a positive way of communicating a situation, and it's like, I'm trying, and not really getting anything in response to that, but this stalemate situation. You can only knock on somebody's door if they don't answer, and what do? You walk away, right? I do feel like that train, I was asking Spirit too in my mind as I was pulling that Devil card, the person on the other side of that train, is that you or is that them? It's for you because you disappeared a long time ago. The person, 2112, so many repetitive numbers, or reflective numbers. You disappeared as they knew you quite some time ago. 7 of Pentacles again. Their investment into some sort of toxicity is not coming to fruition. Like, they're sitting there waiting for you to, Spirit, act up, and you're not really, you're not in it. You're not in that vibration anymore, right? You're not feeling that vibe. 2 of Cups, and they don't want to cooperate to make something work with you either. 5 of Pentacles. They'd rather play victim in a situation, right? And you also understand that when with a connection to their energies, there's always a hardship that comes with that. There's always a disappointment, or stress, worry. I'm really getting that 9 of Swords. Stress, worry, strife, sleepless nights, being in your head kind of thing, difficulties that comes with it, feeling like it's like they drag you, they suck you back into the abyss, right? So this person is dealing with spiritual poverty, Scorpio, right? They're spiritually untuned, if you will, and they don't care to be tuned into anything. They really like causing a ruckus. They like being bitter about things, and I know that I've said quite a bit lately, some people are bitter and some people get better, and this person enjoys being bitter. It tends, I think it's funny is, like, as they play victim, they think that they're gaining, they're playing the violin, right? Play me the violin. They think that they're gaining supporters, would be the word, supporters. What they're ultimately doing is, there's something that they say in most of their conversations that leaves a bitter taste. Thank you, Spirit. A bitter taste in someone's mouth. It's like they stopped drinking from that cup, right? So it's whatever story is one that's no longer necessarily being bought. Okay, 23:32. I swear, every time I look at the clock, they're reflective. Interesting, Scorpio. Okay, so what does the outcome to this look like for Scorps? Who is, but I also feel, Scorpio, too, like I said earlier, too, even with that train, like, they disappear. Like, it's a ding-dong ditch they used to play, right? Like, you open your door and poof, they're gone, but somebody was just ringing the bell, right? They come in long enough to cause a ruckus, and then they leave, right? That's their energy. They come in, they cause a shitstorm, and I think I just said this the other day to somebody. It's the person that the meme, right? Those who stir the shit pot should have to lick the spoon, right? Spirit, don't worry, they're going to be licking the spoon more than, oh my God, look at this. As I say that, I flip these cards over. The Prison and Tower. Look at this. I couldn't make it up if I wanted to, Scorpio. Bottom energies. I talked about masculines, so you could be dealing with 2 physical males. There's that father energy, the paternal side. They could have a son. 7 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months. So if it's a small child, like if it's a I do think the child is male, or if it's a female, a bowl cut or something like that, like they thought that they wanted that time. 7, 8 days old, 8 months old, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 7 years, 8 years, or something around those time from 25 on the clock. I swear to God, cannot make it up. It's like they keep wanting to go back to something. Like they've done this so many times. I'm gonna tell you, 2 masculines, a feminine, right? But that feminine is also very, that could be a maternal energy who pops up as a paternal figure, right? So 25, 52, swear to the stars, I cannot even joke. And there's 25 on the tower. 25, this is 25, right? 2025, it's a 9, it's coming to an end here. This is a big message for whomever this resonates for. There is likely a feminine energy, Scorpio, or I'm going to call a female. Let me rephrase. A female specifically in gender, however they choose to identify, right? But born naturally a female. Stepping into a who has always been in a masculine sense of energy, right? The males specifically, or those who have been in that masculine energy for you in your life, they are a descendant of that maternal, right? I hope this is making sense the way I'm explaining it. But they like to control, to dominate, and demand. This could have been a soul contract for you in this life. The difference between you and this other I really do feel like it was a mother or grandmother energy that seems to rule the divine masculines that, or I don't say divine masculine necessarily, but the masculines you've dealt with. They taught these guys, I guess you could say, in some cases, place it where it fits in your life though, despite how I'm translating that here, because it's a very sticky sort of feel. The way that this gets, it's like a transference, right? A transference. I don't forget, this is how we do things, right? This person is, you talk about the generational trauma, right? They've passed those traits down. You have likely been I'm going to call you part of their matrix, where you have played a very specific role to show them what is not okay, what is not going to be tolerated either. Thank you, Spirit, you are leading by that example. You are showing how focus works, and these are people who will shoot shit off in the dark and hoping that storyline that they feed is something that they can use against you, right? That's that playing the violin. Some things are sticking, some things are not anymore. Ultimately, the story in which they have told, the story in which that they have been taught under, is no longer working. This new era, right? It cannot exist. This prison in the tower. I am going to go to the what's the terms, Scorpio? I'm going to take all terms and conditions, thank you, Spirit, of these 2 cards, of the prison and the tower. Scorpio, Aries energy, Aries season. You could be dealing with an Aries, does not have to be. Scorpio, I do feel like this is you, right? This is a new beginning. This is a new era. This is a new chapter. Aries era, like just the way that it's coming through to me. This is where this shit is getting blown up. Unexpected expectations. They did not have those expectations of you to show up as you are. Some of them are in a mental prison, Scorpio. Some of them are going to prison. And, I don't really like to put those kind of things out there on a tangible level. I don't know. But they are. They're going to prison, right? The light of the error of their ways is being shown. The letters B, E, and D are of importance as well. B, E, and D, that's bed, They're lying in their spirit. They're lying in their own bed. You make your bed, you lay in it. You've made your decisions. You've made, and when I say you, it's like you were telling them, like, you made your decision. This is the consequence for that decision that you've made. And if you've failed to tell the truth, the spirit, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, this is the consequence for that, right? This is the consequence for you lying. This is the consequence for not showing up effectively. And it's funny because those 3 cards right there, the friends, the father, the prison, those equal 15. 2 of Wands. This is, it's like hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil is how this one's coming through to me. Guns, it's like a stalemate, right? It's what are they, was it not Russian rule? Is it right? No, it's oh hell, I'm thinking of like Gunsmoke. Don't even ask. Like where they would pull, was it a draw or something, where they would walk so many paces and turn around and have their guns, and whoever shot made the first shot, right? Scorpio, it's like, spirit, who shot the sheriffs? Like there's something, God, I hope that's not physically, but that song could be of importance too. There's a song, I think, right, called that. Somebody did not want to be exposed. Somebody did not want to be seen. But the high priest, this is the throwing the book at them. Scorpio, look at this high priestess. She's got this book of knowledge. I love her because it's like, you want to talk about past skeletons and the shit that happened. Again, Scorps, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, I'm hearing Virgo also. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Virgo, Aquarius. Scorpio, there you are. They thought they had you. They thought they had you, Scorps. They were taking something. They could have been taking something. They may be trying to take something from you. You know, this death card, as much as it is Scorpio, like I just see someone kind of like preying on you, right? Praying as in like, ooh, right? Like it's kind of like that evil genius. Ooh, how can I get to Scorpio kind of thing? Ooh, you know. Scorpio is so young, so innocent, so naive. Look at this death card with this card. Like, they're the same. Skeletons are being exposed, Scorpio. People who try to create a narrative around something, those skeletons are being exposed. The true matters of the things that were hidden. These could also be family legacies. I just see there's a 10 of Pentacles. Family legacies that were hidden for some time are now being put out in the open. And when we talk legacies, we're talking about people who may be in, it's like dirty money, right? You look at, like the Menendez brothers, right, as an example. Like the family secrets are coming out. This is also some maybe death and wills, estates, stuff like that. The truth of the matter of what was there, what was not is there. It's being exposed. Funny enough, too, over Hierophant season, so Taurus season, which is coming up, that is like, I'm hearing the letter of the law, right? So this is about what is factual, right? But this is also somebody reviewing the past with this high priestess, right? This is, the past is being exposed. So it's like, does this person have, what is the history of this? Like, is this person known to tell the truth? Is this person known to lie? So whatever deeds have been done, thank you, Spirit, whatever deeds have been done in the past are now resurfacing for the truth. So it's like whatever has since happened, it's going to show up as to who acted right? And then who was willing to light a match to kind of extort certain things. So somebody could have been trying to extort or take something or play or manipulate a situation here, Scorpio. You were, I'm going to say, simply playing a part, right? You're part of this. You were the backup data, right? Like it's like, I think where they just outlawed testing on animals or something like that. I don't even know where the hell I just heard that from. But it's like the data shows these things, right? So the past data shows, Scorpio, what was creating the problem. And through that, there's this wisdom, right? There's some expansion that is taking place with people within yourself that says we are able to grow from this experience, and we're able to shed light on things scientifically, mentally, legally, whatever it is, right? It's an explosive aha moment, right? That is ascending us. Look at this. We understand what the problem was here now. This is divine intervention, divine timing. Look at this. Run away. I told you, it's like somebody escaping, somebody leaving. They show up, and then once they realize that the heat is on them instead of on you, they turn to leave. They may bow out. They may walk away. You see that? Karma, signs so delivered. Interesting energy, Scorpio. Definitely dealing with a very situation, right? But somewhere between, oh, hold on, Scorpio, hold that thought. That's the waning. Tomorrow is the full moon. Let me get a timing around this. What is tomorrow? The 12th. You know, that 12, Scorpio, when I've read some of your 3s, they come out as 12s, right? They break down to 3s. I've seen a lot of those for you. The 9th, you could have gotten some 2 9s. Standing your ground, Scorpio. 6 and 9 again. Haha, I know. Could be of significance. The World and the 4 of Cups. You've waited a long time for this to come to a close, Scorpio, and here it comes. And I don't even think that you know what this means for you. You're so close to the end of this. 21. Today is the 12th, and I said those reverse numbers, right? The reflective numbers 12 and 21. Scorpio, from the 12th being that of the full moon to the 21st, somewhere in that time frame, you're going to see a major cycle complete. Some things, Scorpio, kind of make me a little teary-eyed. Whether this is a metaphorical, spiritual, what do I want to call this? There is the end, right? Let's go back for one. There's that rite of passage for you to move forward. This Santa Morte, the coffin, the death, right? What you know to be true, you make it. I don't say you make it. You accept the terms of what those cards represent to you without me putting a whole lot of input to that, okay? But it's time. Physically, metaphorically speaking, it is time. This has been a long time coming, and this can signify the ends of relationships for you, for those around you, for people that maybe others thought would be in their lives forever. Scorpio, what you may end up being too is a beacon of strength. Maybe you're witnessing these things for some of you, and it's your job to be a beacon of light and strength and hope in a very scary world for some people, for people who are out of touch with their emotions, or they've let their emotions be the thing that has driven them to the brink of insanity, right? Libra energy here, Scorpio energy here. Scorpio, I don't necessarily feel like you're dealing with another Scorpio as much as it's like your energy has been rubber stamped all over all of this. And that's where you exist in this. Like, I've got you here in cards, minimum of 5 times over. That 5 is a new beginning of the Fool in this particular deck. that Fool was a 32, which breaks down to a 5, which is that of destined change. You're playing a part and a role in the lives of others, but all the while it is changing your destiny. I would say changing your destiny, but you're moving towards your destiny, right? You're moving towards it, not changing it. It's taking you where you need to go. Vows. It's part of your soul contract, Scorpio. It's part of where you promise to go. And that 15, literally a 15, it's devil energy. It's the commitments that you made to see things through to the end, and knowing that it's about you. It's about taking your power back. It's about, for you, it's about a level, it's about a lesson and level. Gosh, a lesson on the level of confidence for yourself, while yet being that lesson for others who they thought that they could get away with certain things. Look, literally, courage and sisterhood. Like, if people could learn to play nice and step into it for love and healing, if that could be the thing that we look for, rather than fighting against each other, what a different world we would live in. You really are, Scorpio, stepping into a world of all your own, but the feelings that come in with some of this stuff in the coming weeks could be pretty heavy. But this full moon, Scorpio, that's where you let go. That's where you let go. Scorpio, I'm leaving it there. I hope that this additional message was helpful to you. Do share with, I said it right in the beginning, I'm going back to that now. This could be for those around you. So do share. Scorpio, maybe you're the beacon of information as well. So do share that information. Scorpio, 6 of Swords, rite of passage. We will move on. We will recover. King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. What we don't necessarily know is how, but we will. All right? Sending you all love. Personal reads are open and available. That information is in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Channel memberships are open. I look forward to touching base with you all tomorrow night on the channel memberships of the Healing Series and higher for that full moon read. And I will see you all very soon. Take care. Sending you love.